We'll try our best to avoid it.
Why not?
Because we're trying to keep a low profile from these lovely Zionists over there. And you know, we think like them hearing for a week or for 3 days, like people shouting in Arabic, you know, they think the Intifada arrived.
الله أكبر. كلنا مع بعض سامي يعمل ورشة شانتينج الله أكبر.
اللهم يا عم. شيرون.
Hi, Sharon. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good.
So this is for the interview as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I guess we were planning for an event that was supposed to bring Israelis and Palestinians together.
Any something cool that can happen, we have the platform here. Okay, so
an hour after I published the invitation for the event.
Can we do a workshop in there in
the trees?
No, in this bubble, yeah.
Yeah, we can do this. Could be a safe zone, this could be a workshop space, could be shamanic ritual here. Yeah, you guys, both of you, all the house shamanic stuff. You can do over there. It could be a temple for us.
A letter was sent to the local municipality saying that doing like illegal activities over here, and I'm hosting radical left activists, and like there's Palestinians here, and like radical leftists, and people engaging in blood circles and all kinds of illegal activities.
Usually, but we need to think about a system for parking. Because if for some reason a farmer comes here and the road is blocked, first thing they do is they call the police. Police officer comes here, it's a gamble.
And I was basically forced to shut down the place.
Okay. So we won't hear my voice. You won't hear it.
To talk to you?
Talk to me. Yeah.
So my name is Sharon Abraham. I was born on this land. I'm third generation on this land. This place is called David's Farm, on the name of my grandfather. I've been continuing my dad's work and taking care of the land and the animals, and also trying to do something different here and bring people together, find the golden thread between life, permaculture, activism, creativity. So we don't want to normalize the relationship, we want to cultivate resistance. If you go and you show something about Israelis and Palestinians just like living together happily ever after, whoever is Palestinian in that media piece would really get hurt.
And it can also normalize. It can create a situation people think, oh, there is nothing wrong. Like here you see Palestinians and Jewish are together, there is no political issue.
I don't know of any other place like this in this land.
How is it going?
Pretty good, I think.
Banana bread! Banana bread!
It's the field. It's like where they put all their stuff. you were in film. So I'm gonna cut the board out of this board. I'm Bjarne. I'm a third-year design student from Germany, from Würzburg.
Yalla, yalla.
And I just did a semester abroad in Amman, in Jordan. I had like 2 months before my flight back. So I went on work away and found this place. And this is, yeah, it's amazing, you know. Like I was taken from the second I read this advert that I had to go and cross over the border to Israel, Palestine, to experience this, you know. As long as you can paint or make art or music, you know, there's still something left there. Some hope. Hope! It sounds like a cheesy dystopian teenager book blurb, like back cover writing.
The past 4 years, I got into these activist communities between Israelis and Palestinians. Like Sharon, I met people like Sharon, Yaniv, and but like still I don't feel they don't have the right to live here, and I say it in their eyes, and I tell them I care about you, I love you, but you don't deserve to live here, and you don't have the right, because till now there is Palestinians refugees in Jordan, in Lebanon, in Syria, and these people are also
They need the right to come back, man.
exactly. I'm not gonna blame you for. I'm gonna blame you actually for occupation as an Israeli who served in the army, you know, and supported, and you were a Zionist at some point, and you believed all the lie that told you. And I appreciate that now you know the truth, and you like kinda more open to expose yourself to Palestinians and to know the Palestinian culture and to get to. But now they are talking about coexist. So they know, like, you should know, like, this city, this state, is built on, like, a lot of blood and killing that happened in the 48. Yeah, these people, they lived that shit. And we kept living, you know, like, even, it never stopped. It kept going on, you know.
But they are also from here, you know, like under. No?
No, he's half Polish, half Moroccan.
Yeah, but he
His
was born
family,
here,
he
no?
was born here, but this is the thing. Israel is built on a lot of shit. It's not supposed to be exist, and they know that.
Yeah, but you don't choose this when you were born.
You don't choose, but now you choose to have shame and leave the country and live the people who are suffering, because he can go to Poland easily, live in Europe. You know, it's better than here. There is no war. You know, he can go wherever he wants. But these people, like in refugees, they can't. Like, man, in Ramallah, there is a lot of. I grew up in a refugee camp. I was born in a refugee camp. It's better, not a refugee, but like from that area. Palestinians, they won't come and live with who caused them all the traumas and all the shit. Like me, I thought I could, but I can't. We had a guy in our class, his whole family were killed by Israelis in a car. He wasn't there. So his mom, his mom, his dad, and brother, his sisters, he's the only one who stayed alive. So how are you gonna convince this guy to coexist with the people who took all his family, everything he gets and he have in life? You know? I lost my uncle. I lost a lot of friends. You know.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. Being a Palestinian individual means daily carrying the suffering of a whole people that is happening right now, today, tomorrow, yesterday, 30 years ago, and years to the future, unfortunately. And this is alive. It's alive, it's now. It's happening. It's alive even for people who weren't born here. People who are refugees, who were born in other places. And then it's very hard to feel this love. Because even me now, when I connect to this, I'm getting angry.
I don't say love for the other person.
It's not, it doesn't matter, you don't have the love. It's really difficult to connect to that feeling of love. Because there's so much anger. There's so much anger because it's so unfair what's happening in the deepest levels of the human experience. That when you talk about this subject, when you talk about the soldier, when you talk about the conflict, the friction that happens from this oppressing reality, you don't talk about Ash fighting with his friend back home. No, it's facing the tip, the frontier of the occupation that manifests itself through the soldier. This is evil. This is like the darkest ways humanity is manifesting itself.
Let's take a small break to finish the main lines of the wreck. I'm gonna pile a lot of wood here. Now we're gonna build a roof for it, so be protected in the rain. That's it. Okay, before you can make art, you need to do a lot of dirty jobs, and after that you can play. So it's like 70% dirty job and 30% art.
Right?
But then you earn it, and it feels much better.
We live in a world that we're bombarded by images. Every day, every second, every minute, it's in our phone, in the televisions, in the streets, everywhere. So I think to use a camera these days is very exciting. And if you know how to use it well, you can reach a lot of people. And I try to use it for a political way, or in a political way. I go, I shoot demonstrations. Photograph activists in a way that people photograph rock stars. So in my vision, I try to make people who work for positive change into cultural figures. Photographing them in ways that complement them, in ways that present them as heroes in my eyes. I go and I photograph people in demonstrations, doing certain things, sometimes posing as poses from characters from the fine art history, and in a way try to raise the awareness and raise the profile of people who put themselves out there and not afraid to fight. This is one aspect of how I approach my photography in a political way. I think that today to be a political activist, it means to work against greater powers. And I believe that for that you need to have community. And for that you need to have a culture of solidarity, a culture of togetherness, a culture of co-resistance.
You build something, then like, wow, I enjoy now this column which is yellow because you work on it, you earn it. We made it, we worked really hard.
What we're going to do,
It's also that we are more disconnected from our bodies and our emotions. We are more in the mind. The comforts create a culture that everybody goes more in the mind.
And less in the body.
And less in the body and less in the emotions. And then when something happens, you don't have the ability to carry it, like to process it in your body, to process the emotions. It gets stuck in the mind. And then also that's why people get more mental. Maybe in the past you will work in the garden and like, you know, suppress it, take it out, talk with people. But now most people they are in the computer, they don't have like good social connections. What everybody do when they are feeling not well, they go and scroll. But the moment you start to scroll, you start to suppress your emotions and you run away from the pain. While you should do the opposite. You should talk about it in the community, with friends, you should work it out, you know, make art. If you feel it's energy, so you can use that energy to create, to channel, to help others. If you keep it inside, it becomes like a vacuum. If you have something to share from your life or something you are dealing with that is relevant.
It's really hard to find a beginning, because I think it's a really weird period now for me. And yeah, because when you lose someone, you really feel the worst thing is the loneliness for me.
The first thought that comes to your mind when you think about him, the word.
It's pretty hard. I just know it in Germany, Geborgenheit. What is it in English? Comfort? Comfort, yes.
Comfort.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a soft person.
Yeah. And also really funny.
What was his name?
Andreas.
Andreas. How do you feel now? Regarding what you said.
I still feel sad about it, of course.
Sadness.
Because I think the sadness will last a lifetime.
Okay, I want you to imagine like wings coming out from this area. And these wings are now heavy. Maybe they have a kind of dirt on them. The feathers, they're not airy and they're not so open.
So I wish I could release it more often.
Let go.
If we ever want to see something different in this country, we have to come together in a way that's nourishing, loving, and also not ignoring the politics. Because there's no coexistence. You know, a peace treaty was signed in '94. Where are we today? Much worse. Much worse. Yeah, the occupation is just growing and growing. The oppression, it's just getting stronger and stronger. There's no peace. If you talk specifically with Palestinians about peace, they'll say, what peace? We see peace activists every day, but the situation is just getting worse and worse. So there's a breach of trust around that war.
Think about like Israel is like a military bunker inside the Middle East. It's the first one to the US actually. The US has 800 military bases around the world.
Yeah.
And Israel is one of them. It's the biggest one.
It's not only that. Yeah, but yeah.
Generations of Israelis talk about peace, while I don't know if people are really willing to give up their own privilege in order to change the situation. And that's in many ways what's needed to create a change over here.
Actual victims of this oppressing system is the people who actually make this system function. A white supremacist mentality people, real actual pigs, wanna kill other people and keep the money flowing from the military. They have to do that in order to sustain themselves.
Exactly. Shalom, but you know, I'm pretty open with myself. I'm pretty sure that I would like to take responsibility for the crime that I did. I would like to be present for all of that.
But I don't think of it as a crime that you did. It's a crime that the system did for you. In you. That's how I look at it. You were just a kid, man.
Sure.
I really, like, as a Palestinian speaking, I don't blame kids for going there and feeling powerful and protective, and it's the fucking system. That's how it sustains itself, you know? After all, you are supposed to do that for it.
But I don't think this place, I don't say that military, there is a lot of things that are going very wrong, but I don't think that the reality here is possible without a certain military. Like, if we are realistic, the moment there is no military here, nothing will be exist. Not me and not you here.
Yeah, but this is the brainwash.
But you don't know that.
But also you.
We don't know
Exactly.
that. We don't know that.
But I'm against the military. The military is killing me. It's killing you.
It's about the police not doing their job. It's about the system being fucked up.
It's about the system not doing its job purposely. There's a difference.
When you live in a militaristic society, to hold the imagination of having a country without an army is a healthy contrast to the vast majority of the fucking Spartans that are educated here. You know? It doesn't mean, like, it's just in such an extreme environment, to hold it in your heart, the possibility of living in a country without an army, just gives a healthy balance. Because even us, the open-minded, the peaceful,
Wow, it's really nice of you.
even if we think inside that we need this army, it means that we're still infected by the fear that was inflicted on us from day one. I believe full in my heart that this army shouldn't exist.
Okay.
You know, and there's examples in the world as well. Of course it will not happen. But at least if you have enough people from the society that thinks like that, maybe the consciousness will shift a little bit from this crazy settlements, apartheid, tanks, controlled like reality that we live in, that is also affecting the privileged parts of the society.
They never went so close. It's the first time. We were watching here a historical moment. This close it was never before.
La mer a ses couleurs, on y trouve de l'espoir. Donne les moyens d'y croire, elle danse en résonnant. Goût de la résistance, naissance, lutte et patience. Le sable sous les pieds appelle pour terre de paix. Appelle pour terre de paix. Elle danse en résonance. Appelle pour terre de paix.
Perfect, thank you. I'll show you.